Hello, hello. We have another chapter of Dr. Stone. So Mose has followed um, Chrysanthemum? Is that her name? Something like that. You know, the island girl. Back to the cave where the Kingdom of Science has been hiding out. Luckily, before they were found, they had managed to revive everyone, so they certainly have the advantage in numbers. But nobody actually wants to fight with Maz, of course, because Maz is like ridiculously strong. But what they realized quite cleverly from looking at what Maz's behavior must have been to result in him and only him being there, and realized he might be interested in switching sides. Say to teaming up, does that idea get you excited? And then showing off the power of sorcery, Senkyu launches the drone. It's our drone debut. It does look like a fidget spinner, kind of. Of course, it's still tethered. I think maybe it always has to be tethered. Because Stone Age batteries weigh an awful lot. How do you like our sorcery bird? We can make it fly about wherever we desire. With one fell swoop, we could snag Kirisama's petrification weapon from the air. That's very bold of Gen to just give away the entire plan. But I guess it's like good to maybe like overwhelm him, you know? Not to give him a chance to like look at the technology and try to work out on his own what it's capable of, but just bring him along right to his full realization of futility. Wherever we desire, yeah. It's not even stabilized yet. Uh-oh, it's bouncing on the ceiling. Making a weak card out to be the ace of spades is my opening move in this gambit. Yeah, so yeah, this makes sense that he would immediately suggest we're about to steal the petrification weapon. I'm my own ace. Ah, cool. This is going to be a real gun-focused chapter as he just bluffs the hell out of this extremely strong muscly man. This is a cool image. Again, morphing into the ace, the scar on his cheek turning into an ace of spades. And the chapter title, Brain Battle Gambit, is quite exciting because isn't every chapter Brain Battle Gambit? So this one really has to be a Brain Battle Gambit. Let's see what happens. Turns into a battle against Mose. He'll kill every last one of us. Okay, so Ukyo, definitely one of the strongest fighters here overall, except that he's like only strong when he's set up at a range or whatever. And since he didn't even hear Mose coming, I think he's kind of given up the ghost. And it's true, like that was the only person that has like actual combat experience here. Everybody else is a worker. Kaisuke is still working in the back. Look at this. That's so cool. That's such a nice little shot. He doesn't care. He's like, well, if I die, I die. But if I don't die, then I want to get this done. So I'm just going to keep working. We play our cards right. This is our chance to get a hold of the strongest dude in the deck. Betting the farm on your smooth talking. Come on, get it done again. Okay. Ooh, he weaseled up all close to him. Sometimes Gen has amazing movement powers. Could end up ruling this entire island, including the harem. How about it? Rather than facing each other, facing the same direction fosters a sense of solidarity. I've read this before, too, in a book called... What the heck was it called? It was like a famous book. We read it at work. It was like a book club that we ran at work. And it was one that I had heard of, and I was like, oh, I've heard of this. And I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, it's about negotiation. It's about... Oh my god, this is really going to bother me. I'm too lazy. I don't know where I put it on my shelves. At any rate, it's all about making good negotiations and such. And this is one of the first things they suggest, getting on the same side of the table. Trying to win someone over, there's always choose counter-seating over a table. Just glance up at the drone. That opening move allowed him to sneak over there. Job well done, Mentalist. So amazingly strong, even if you borrowed all his soldiers combined their might, you'd still be 1.5 times as strong as them. Isn't that right? This is laying it on pretty thick. I feel like this is almost calling Mose dumb, right? Because he's like, hey, you could rule the kingdom because you're stronger than everyone. That has nothing to do with the kingdom of science. So isn't he saying you could have been ruling it this whole time? Which to me means, A, Moses not going to just be like, oh, wow, oh, shoot, you got me. And then B, there is a reason that he hasn't made that move yet that Gen is like totally ignorant of. And he could be like stepping on something major here. Yeah, as she says, you're underestimating him. The gap's bigger than you think. For a commoner claim that's only slightly off, the partner will be compelled to make the correction. They're unwilling to join the conversation before, now you've got them talking. That's an interesting one. So that was his intense. So ridiculously powerful, and you have no trouble at all bringing down dear Ibarra if you so desire. Yeah, he's not having any of this. Gen is a little flummoxed here. He's just going so, I don't know. This is so standard. I think he needs to think more about the specific conditions of this island, more about what Moses' life must have been like up until now. Should I slaughter all of you or kill Ibarra instead? That's the question, isn't it? Yeah, no mincing words here. I could kill you at any time, there's no harm in explaining. See, all guessed the mastermind who petrified the master was Ibarra. Played his role well, and I applaud his efforts. It's about time for the old man to give it up and die. Besides, the girl should be thrilled to have me take over the harem. Everyone is like, oh god, we have to cooperate with this guy. This guy is such an asshole. Why not murder the geezer and be done with it? I would have already if not for that weapon. So that's what it comes down to. Kirisame's holding on to it, and she's no weakening. Yes. So this makes a lot of sense. And I think what Gen, it seemed like kind of anticipated this reasoning, because he was very quick to point out we have the means to steal the petrification weapon. So now they kind of have the two-front approach. Mose, of course, has the physical strength, and then when the petrification weapon is deployed, they have the means to scoop it up. It'll be interesting if that is how it plays out. It would be like a shonen arc that has battles, but none of our protagonists are battling. Like, Kohaku fought a bit, but she's not going to be the one to deal the winning blow necessarily. Like, the whole object right now is to secure the ability to depetrify her again. So yeah, the big showdown might be Mose versus Ibarra. Just these two island guys. And Senkyu just grabs the petrification weapon and casually just strolls on out of there. I could beat her in a fair fight, but since I have no way to guard against the petrifying flash, she's got the upper hand. You attack Minister Ibarra. Kiri-san would come at you with the weapon since she doesn't know the truth. Yes, they kind of deduced that when they saw that she was deliberately not including the master's house in the petrification flash. On the other hand, if you reveal the truth to everyone, you'd lose the easy access to the harem you currently enjoy. Quite a predicament. Taiju has had enough of this. Petrification weapon is an obstacle in your path, and we want to get our hands on the weapon. Our interests are 10 billion% aligned. So again, popping in. I feel like he's a little embarrassed that he let the situation slip out of hand, and now he's maybe trying a little too hard. Good deal should be fair and equal. For your part, you just want control of the island and harem. That's enough, right? Use your sorcery to lend a hand on one condition. It's the petrification weapon. I demand it. That part is absolutely non-negotiable. Oh no, I think this is like a double. This is like a double or quadruple bluff. Gen realized that Mose was like seeing through him. So now he's like doing an idiot personality, I think. Like he's proposing this claiming that it's all fair and equal and stuff, knowing that Mose is going to make a counter proposal that is somehow more advantageous for them, or is advantageous enough and is agreeable because Mose is the one that suggested it. Something like that. I don't know. Because Gen is just laying it on so thick here. Like, he can't be thinking that this is going to work. At the same time, though, it's like you can understand Mose, their reservation, right? If they have such a strenuous alliance, like as soon as they get the petrification weapon, wouldn't they just petrify Mose? Like, whatever could be stopping them from doing that? So as long as he has lost that control of the petrification weapon, he's really just in the same spot. You'll put your sorcery to work for me, and then give me the weapon. I have no choice but to obey me. Okay. And then, of course, at the end, Gen smiles. Perfect. So we might not find out why he's okay with this yet. Because so far it looks like he's just lost everything. His negotiations have really disastrously failed. But there's a scheme here. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, so... Oh my gosh, excuse me. Oh no. I'm in the coughing spiral. I hate that. I hate that. When you start coughing and then the coughing makes you cough more. Okay. That's right. That's right. It was so smooth that I almost like, completely missed it myself. In fact, I actually kind of just did miss it. I'll admit it. He got one over on me. Mose just straight up agreed to let them live. To let them live and to let them fight Ibarra and stuff. That the rebellion plan is going forward. Just like that. He switched it so that that was not even in the question. Reactance. When someone feels cohered and is told to do this and that, they'll instinctively reaffirm their right to decide. Excuse me. You effectively force them to refuse you. That's pretty good. Mose should kill us or not. But that's not even the question anymore. Can move the goalposts, get an unwitting Mose to agree to team up with us. Key to winning a Gambit isn't to beat down your opponent. Instead, what I managed here was to pave a deceptive, flowery path forward. Oh, I love it. I love it, I love it. So they give him a transponder earpiece too. It's been a pretty mind-blowing day for him, I'm sure. He rose out with Soyuz here. I hope maybe him and Soyuz did have a little chance to talk. Because he might be like, hey, you look a lot like the Petrified Master. Soyuz might be like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I was a baby back then. He's gone. Okay. Again. This is what you're good for. He had to do like 3 layers. He had to submit himself to multiple twists and turns and performances and deceptions and characters, but we got there, we got there. And now everyone gives a nice hearty slap on the back. How nice. Seems to me that we just acquired the mightiest force on the island. Am I wrong? No doubt he's planning to murder us when this is done. Thinking about that comes later. Moss has joined the party for now. Okay. So the Kingdom of Science just got a huge physical strength upgrade. Of course, they still have a lot of work to do on their drone project. I guess Kohaku and Ginro can't really get any worse. They're just chilling out petrified, so yeah, we can kind of enter in now a little prep arc. Kingdom of Science is sorely lacking in numbers. The only way to win is with a sudden, brutal show of power. That's where you come in, Mose. Convince them we're not to be messed with. And there's no other way to fight back, they'll resort to using the weapon. Right, so to cover the darkness, I'll play the part of the invader. Spread the word about how strong we are. Oh, yeah. I love Gen. See, this is something so great about the series, is like, every combination of the main characters have their own little unique ways that they get excited together. Maybe not every single permutation, but quite a lot of them. But the Gen and Senki one is one of my favorites. That they both just get like so evil. Like they're just so excited about tricking people and lying and stuff. Okay. So here is the disguised Moz. It's just wiped out the fighting force of the island. Standing in the full moon. It's pretty exciting. He looks like something out of some Victorian throwback type, edgy superhero type comic Western graphic novel thing, which I see when I go to chapters all over the bookshelves. And I'm always like, what is this? Who reads these? But I imagine that they all just have shots like this. That's what I just picture when I look inside. And then we'll look at Senki's butt. And then we'll look forward to the next chapter. It was pretty exciting. That was a fun one. I really like Gen as a character. He might be my favorite character in the series. Okay, bye-bye.